Hello, 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 everybody. It is Tori from Avalon Enchanted. I hope everybody is doing well. I'm just in the process right now of changing the volumes and good stuff like that, and bringing myself online. So, welcome to this week's Ascended Illuminations reading. I am Tori from Avalon Enchanted. We are a small psychic and healing arts studio based in Wickford, Rhode Island, located at 24 Brown Street. We offer a lot of different services as well as one-on-one coaching. Let's see, we do tarot and oracle readings. We do past life regression. We do a whole host of different types of energy healings. And then also one-on-one, like I said, coaching for spiritual coaching. We also have a series of different classes that we offer throughout the month. Next one that's coming up is actually fairy magic class, which is going to be held online on Zoom on February 26th. And then we dive into March, and we have a lot of cool stuff for March. So we'll talk a little bit about that later on. So what I'm going to do is just bring in our Facebook feed. So what happens is I record here and we add in extra content when we bring this up to YouTube and so on. But we do part of the reading live on our Facebook page, on the Avalon Enchanted Facebook page. And that way, people, if they missed it, then they can go to the YouTube link and review the video for this week. Just opening up a soda. So that's kind of how we run it. Let me just go ahead and get this stuff running. There we go. So, hi everyone. I'm bringing you this week's Ascended Illuminations reading, and I pulled this morning from The Celtic Goddess by Gillian Kemp. Celtic Goddess by Gillian Kemp. So, and this is the ABC reading. For those of you that might be wondering what on earth is an ABC reading or a 1, 2, 3 reading, basically, I pull 3 oracle cards. And then what happens is I do a reading for each of those 3 cards. So whichever card you selected, that is your reading. So we have this week Maeve, who is about goddess of seduction. Goddess of seduction. 1. 2, Epona, goddess of the soul. Goddess of the soul. And then 3, Anu, goddess of prosperity. Goddess of prosperity. So 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to start with 1. Like I said, it's Maeve. I just realized she looks a little bit like, who was the girl that starred as the little kid in E.T.? Drew Barrymore. She looks a little Drew Barrymore-ish for some reason. Just kind of noticing that. All right, so 31. Let's read about Maeve real quick, and then we'll do that reading. And that might give people a few more moments to also hop in. So the key words about Maeve are enticement, allure, and charm. And her message is that someone may be trying to lead you astray for their own benefits, perhaps for your time, purpose, money, support, or even a sexual relationship. People's minds, souls, and bodies are blended through sex, so choose a partner carefully. And what is that? And bed-hopping men and women are searching for their lacking masculinity or femininity. So to me, she is, in some cases, this may very well be almost like a test. And this is also about making sure that you are in true connection with the primal side of things. What else? Yeah, definitely sounds like that. So I'm going to do the first reading. This is the deck that I haven't really used before. So I'm kind of curious to see it. I mean, I bought it a while ago, but it kind of sat on the shelf in the studio for a while. One more. I always do things in threes. I'm weird like that. Can I say? All right. Number one. So we got the Page of Wands covered by the Eight of Cups. Behind us is the Three of Wands. And beneath us is the Ace of Wands. Ahead of us is the Death card. In front of us is the Fool. And then beneath that is the Three of Swords. In the emotional house, we have the Knight of Swords. In the emotional house, that's the family house rather. In the emotional house, we have the Queen of Swords. And then for outcome, we got the Five of Wands, the Seven of Cups, and the Four of Swords. So, what pops out? We have a buttload of wands. So, wands are interesting because they, as I keep saying, they're very creative. There's a lot going on with them. There's a lot of new opportunities. Sometimes, though, they can certainly, how do I say this? Sometimes they might butt off more than they can chew, meaning that they don't follow through with things. If I were to put kind of a person to like a suit, can be a little flaky too. But to me, what I'm seeing here is a need to extricate yourself out of things. Like literally the Eight of Cups is this, as I keep on saying, this is the screw it, I'm out of here card. So this is the card where you're basically just walking away and going to greener pastures. And it's almost like, okay, you know the writing's on the wall, it's time. And literally you've just, received your sign, for lack of a better word, and you are starting a new journey. Okay? Starting a new journey. Now, how does this work? Well, it may be one of those things where you extricating yourself out of things at this time may not necessarily be what you wanted. It might definitely cover some wounds from the heart with this. So there is a process of you trying to kind of work through some of this almost heartache or looking back at things, how things went down, and just trying to start anew, which I think is going to be something that's important for people who chose one, who is Maeve. We do have, like I said, the Knight of Swords, which is all about kind of charging in and maybe not necessarily what I'm hearing the word is tone deaf ultimately. So there may be some things that you find that someone is very tone deaf on some of the things that you went through and that you've been processing, or you might find that you are the one that is a little tone deaf on some of the things that you've been going through. Hey, stop it. Cat fight. Cat fight. Charlie? Charlie. It's getting weird. Anyhow, I'm gonna just keep on trucking here, and we're just gonna ignore the growls and good stuff like that. There's a lot to do. There's a lot that you're gonna definitely need to kind of put into your plan. There's also a lot that you're gonna need to juggle. It's definitely not necessarily gonna be the easiest of weeks. Hey, Charlie, come here. Charlie, come. Why do the cats not come when called? You're being an ass. Stop it. Okay. Honestly, there's a need to definitely move forward. There's a need to also process. The biggest part is the fact that there's a need to process maybe things that went down last week, things that have been going on within your sphere, your world the last few weeks. But there's a need to let go of what's not working, let go of what's not yours, let go of um, maybe stuff that you don't need to be dealing with right now. So to me, it has to do with that. So that is Maeve. So to me, this is also the goddess of seduction. It's maybe, how do I say this? Um, you starting to relove yourself. It's kind of where I'm kind of going with that and what I'm feeling with that. So let's take a look at two. And for those of you who are interested in the Celtic lore, Epona is definitely an interesting one. She's number 46. Yes, Charlie is a little mouthy. He has some Siamese in him, and he is kind of a bully. So Epona, this one, is goddess of the soul, and she's about spirit, essence, and sense. So Epona's message, purity is born in your soul, and so you naturally discover what is real and pure. And in life, and disappointment can be fanned into flame by a beautiful soul of life because your soul never dies. Hi, Diane. Um, the physical body may fade, but a soul shines more brightly by adhering to good and not letting life corrupt it. You can hear your soul speak, especially when you're alone and quiet for a few minutes, but it can speak to you wherever you are. So be kind to both yourself and to others in order to nourish your precious and sensitive soul. So it's interesting because Epona is a land sovereignty goddess. So focusing on, yeah, no kidding, Jane. Busy night with the cats. I gotta change their pheromone collars because Charlie's being a bully. Um, Back to what I was talking about. Land sovereignty goddess, focusing on standing in your power. And so the horse is definitely a symbol when it comes to Epona. So we're going to just do a quick shuffle for Epona and then jump right in. So Epona is kind of like, she has some ties to maybe like Rhiannon. She is not Rhiannon, but she is similar to Rhiannon, for those of you that might be wondering. All right, what does what do we got? So we got justice covering death. So justice underneath, death is crossing it. Six of Wands. Ooh, okay. This is beneath us. This is the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups. Above us is the Six of Cups, which is nostalgia, looking back at things in the past. Seven of Cups. Again, a lot going on, juggling too much. 10 of Coins or 10 of Pentacles. We like this. We like that. Two of Wands. And so this is the family house, Two of Wands. Emotional house is the Knight of Wands. Okay, Knight of Wands. Outcome. Let's see what we got going on. Okay, there's our 10 of Wands again. Nine of Swords, Nine of Swords, and then one more card, Chariot, moving forward. All right, let's see what this is all about. Well, the thing that I'm going to say that I want to talk about is the number of horses that are in this spread. It's kind of funny because we have a horse in the Six of Wands. We have the horse in Death. We have the horse in the Knight of Cups. We have um, the horse in the Knight of Wands. And then with the Chariot, you have the two Sphinxes, which technically aren't horses, but you get the point. So to me, this is, again, there may be something legal going on, but there is something definitely kind of coming to an end. All right. And death does not mean someone's dropping dead, as we've talked about before. It just means that there's an end to something. And when there's an end to something, that means that there's something new beginning, right? So with that being said, there are going to be moments this week where you find that you are trying to work through processing maybe some of the things that have happened in the past that have caused you to maybe remembering some of the good moments, but also remembering maybe some of the moments that haven't been so great, um, and reliving them. So you're going to find that that part may very well be very overwhelming this week. All right. The good news is, though, we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is also all about abundance. And when I say abundance, I focus on happiness and, wealth and good stuff like that. So if you've been wondering as to whether or not this move, this change, this something ending and something new beginning is right for you, it is. Okay. And it's all dependent upon how you look at things and the perspective of things. It may very well be something that you needed to move on from. With the Justice card, she has the sword, right? She's got the sword. The sword she can use to cut away what's not working, right? So to me, this is getting rid of what you need to get rid of. Giving it time. I'm going to say giving it a proper burial, giving it the time that you need in order to mourn and work through it. But there is a lot of growth and movement moving forward. Hey, Cheryl. There's a lot of growth and movement moving forward. And in particular, the card that jumps out to me is the Two of Wands, which is all about looking ahead. What are my next steps? Where am I going? So to you, it's almost like, okay, I have a lot of potential choices where I could kind of move to or shift into. And so I think it's a matter of really listening to your higher self in terms of determining, giving that a voice. Okay. Remember I said Epona is definitely a sovereignty goddess, and she's all about goddess of the soul. So this is a week to really listen to your soul, listen to your higher self, even listen to your inner child this week with everything that's going on. There are going to be some moments where you do feel like you've bitten off way more than you can chew. And I'm not going to lie, we got the Ten of Wands and we got the Nine of Swords, which is usually like, oh my God, what did I do? And worry. So to me, though, there's really the need for forward movement. This forward movement is what allows you to put what you need to put into the past and process it, so that way you're able to move on from it. If I pull another card, I do have the Three of Swords. So to me, this is something where you definitely deeply hurt from whatever happened. And there are going to be parts or times when you feel like, did I make the right decision? But I really do feel like you did. Okay. I really do feel like you did. So again, it's honoring your inner voice, honoring your sovereignty, honoring your soul path, and listening, taking those moments. And this is also interesting with the Six of Cups, going into reflection and listening to your inner self and your inner child. I think that's important. So that's something to think about with 2 Epona. And I'm going to give this a really good shuffle, so bear with me. So, some interesting things going on. I have been, how do I say this? I have been diversifying, I guess is the best way to say it. What does that mean? Well, that means that I have been adding in new skills. That means that I've been also adding in new opportunities to bring to people, um, especially people that are in the process of wanting to kind of find their spiritual path. Right now, with everything that's going on, and I think you know what I'm talking about when I say everything that's going on, right? Now more than ever is a time for people um, to re introduce themselves to their higher self, and their inner child, and really get a true idea of where their path is and what it looks like and what it means. um let's face it, energetically speaking, we have been slammed, right? We've been slammed by just a lot of stuff, a lot of things that have maybe not necessarily turned out quite as some people may have wanted them to. Um, some things that people may feel like, hey, this is exactly what we need. Um, but needless to say, energetically, I know for me, I am finding that the energies of last week and this week have been um supercharged. Okay. They have definitely been supercharged. And I feel like people who are intuitive, people who are definitely tied in energetically speaking, are going to feel it. And not only are they going to feel it, but they're also going to find that people are going to seek them out and they're going to like your energy because it might feel calming. So, this is something that people definitely, I feel, kind of need to really be aware of. Um, be aware of the energy that's around them, be aware of the energy that they're interacting with, but also be aware of the people that are around you that may be trying to tap into your energy because maybe they are overwhelmed or they, like I said, like your energy and things like that. So that's really important, I feel, to take away this week, okay? Because otherwise it's going to leave you drained and it's going to leave you kind of feeling like you've been spinning your wheels and not necessarily getting very far. So number 3, like I said, is Anu, goddess of prosperity. And I feel like this one is definitely very fitting for everything that's been going on. All right, so she is number 12. Let's just read her real quick. So she's all about success, celebration, and money. Let's see. Anu's divine, magical, and powerful practical strength represents you when you achieve your aims in love and work. She advocates the importance of balancing economic and academic activity with spiritual learning. So the two work together. He's not that graceful. So the two work together to bring complete fulfillment, and you are destined to overcome obstacles and rise high in life. So this is actually pretty positive. Let's see what we get. It's interesting because we have the swans who are all about grace and ease. The water is definitely emotional. But we also have the green, which is all about healing and nurturing. So let's see. So we got the 6 of coins. We got the strength card crossing it. In the past, we have the lovers. Beneath us, we have, yeah, I know that card is. Okay. Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, Page of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Death, Four of Swords, Six of Wands, and then the High Priestess. All right. This is the card I was talking about that I didn't mention. It's Judgment, basically, Judgment. To me, this is a matter of don't be afraid to either ask for help or be open to accepting help. And I feel like that is something that allows you to really be rooted and anchored and grounded. Now, it's funny, we have 3 queens and the High Priestess. So we got a lot of divine feminine in here. And it's interesting because we have a lot of different aspects of things. We may have things where we may have some moments where we feel like our wounds might be kind of percolating up to the surface with everything that's been going on. So be aware of that, and you may find that you have to really kind of get that under control. Okay. There are going to be some new opportunities. There are going to be some new things that come in that are going to be creative, that are going to give you some real chances at doing something that either you've never done before or something that you've been wanting to do for a while, right? It's funny because in the family house we have the Queen of Pentacles, but in the emotional house we have Death. So to me, this is maybe a change of thinking, maybe a need for something to shift within you, within how you perceive yourself, within how you perceive what's going on. Okay. We also have the Four of Swords, which in many cases is a need to make sure that you slow things down and that you spend some time resting. And I will say this, our body gives us signs when we need to slow down. Do we listen to them? Not always. And that's where I find we get into trouble. Okay, I'm going to be totally honest. That's where I find where we get into trouble. I know for me, I've had different signs and I've ignored them. And then universe says, okay, we're going to pull you right out of that and put you on the sidelines. So what I'm going to say is listen, listen, listen. Okay. And I do feel that as you're listening and as you are using your discernment this week, you're going to find that you are in a better place. You know, the Six of Wands is all about, revelry, celebration, and pride and so on. So that's important. And I feel like you're going to find that I don't want to say rest, but you pulling back maybe part of your energy field, or maybe you pulling back and literally kind of planting yourself on the couch for the weekend may very well be what you need to do in order to kind of give you what you need to move forward. All right. One of the outcome cards, like I said, is the High Priestess. So there's a lot that you know more of than what you might be letting on. And it might even be more than what you're letting on to yourself. So be aware, be open, trust your gut. Here's the fourth queen. So we have so much feminine energy. Here's the other thing I want to mention. So we got divine masculine, which is all about work. It's all about doing things. It's all about getting things done. And then we have the divine feminine. And right now we're in the age of the divine feminine, right? The age of Aquarius. And with that being said, it's about creation. It's about quieting things down. So we have, I'm going to use the phrase the thrust with the divine masculine, no pun intended. But then we have the quiet stillness and the return in with the divine feminine. And that is a process that we need to focus on the balance with. Okay. So to me, that is, I feel something where you're going to find a lot more prosperity. And like I said, prosperity is not just coins, but it's about happiness and understanding and things like that. So I feel like by kind of working through some of this stuff, you are in a creative week. You are in a yeah, I'm going to say a really creative moment. Use this time wisely, um, quieting the mind and quieting yourself in order to take in what downloads, messages, etc. are needing to come in for you, because that's going to be important. Okay. So that's where we are with that. So that is the ABC, or 1, 2, 3 reading. If you did not catch the full reading, or if you're catching this as a replay, please remember to do #replay, or tomorrow I will have the full recording plus bonus features up on YouTube, probably by 12 noon tomorrow. So what I do is I will roll not only while I'm on Facebook, but I'll also roll on Zoom and then load it up to YouTube. So that way people get a little bit more content and more stuff. So we do have some really interesting things coming up. One thing that I have coming up, which I'm really excited about, is that Avalon Enchanted is actually getting another step closer to focusing on sacred travel. So that is very exciting, and we hope to be offering some different things that are coming up. I'm still in the process of kind of working through it, but I do have some ideas of maybe some things that might be either in the US, might be nearby, things like that, retreat type of stuff. So that is really super exciting. The other thing that I'm also really excited about is the fact that we are, and I say we meaning me, basically working on sound healing. And so with that being said, we are actually going to be having our first sound bath, crystal sound bowl, singing bowl bath, in May at A Touch of Magic. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm also looking at some other places that might be like around Wickford as well, to be able to offer um, a group, like a group type of event like that as well. So those are some of the things that are coming up. I'm actually going to be in Mexico in March. So I'll be in Cancun, and that means that I will also pop in with some videos. I'll also pop in with maybe some readings and things like that while I'm there. So that's also something to look forward to. So you definitely want to keep an eye on the Avalon Enchanted Facebook page. I will have my laptop with me, so I hope to maybe do some videos that I can also shoot up to YouTube as well while I'm there. It all depends on the Wi-Fi. So with that being said, that's where we are with that. So those are some of the things that have been going on. Like I said, fairy magic. If you've ever had a curiosity about working with fairies and the fairy realm, then this will be a great class to join on Wednesday, the 26th, right on the computer here on Zoom. We also are going to have a class on Isis, the Egyptian goddess, on Sunday, May 2nd. And that class is going to be co-taught by my friend Mohammed, who is an Egyptologist based in Luxor. And there have been some really awesome finds that I think that we're going to be able to kind of get some information out of him about. So I'm looking forward to that. So those are all available on our yeah, Eventbrite page. We also have a Rhiannon ceremony and a crystal class. So those are the things that are going on. if you're interested in a reading, if you're interested in a healing, if you're interested in learning more about your path and how to kind of work with the energy, how to interpret it, how to control it, how to start to understand why you are seeing or feeling things, what you're feeling and seeing, then definitely give us a holler. You can always message us at the Avalon Enchanted Facebook page. You can email me at Tori, Tori, at avalonenchanted.com. So there's lots of different ways to reach us. So Facebook people, thank you so much. And I will catch you later. I think next week is going to be Cindy. So take care. Bye. And stay put right there, folks, because we have some other things to talk about. Hold on. Okay, folks. So like I mentioned earlier, there are some new things that are coming in, which I'm really excited about. The sound healing, I'm actually really super excited about. I've actually been taking a sound healing class in order to be able to be certified in sound healing. And it's been really interesting talking about how sound healing can affect the body and the mind and the spirit, and how it can really help regenerate, how it can help with a lot of different things, and how it will work with kids on the spectrum, how it will work with healing, and so on. So the sound bath that we have planned is actually going to be at the end of May at A Touch of Magic. And if you're familiar with A Touch of Magic in Uxbridge, Massachusetts, then you will know that on the back side of the house there, where the shop is, there's a screened-in porch. So the plan is, if the weather is great, then we're going to use the screened-in porch. It's going to be at the end of May. So you might want to check the pages for A Touch of Magic and see if the sign up is up and available, because space will be kind of limited. You're going to want to bring like a yoga mat or a chair to sit in. If you want to bring like a blanket or something to cover you, that's fine. Some people will bring pillows and journals and things like that, and they kind of roll in and they have everything that they have there that they need, and they're good to go. So I recommend that. Like I said, we are looking at some other places locally in the Wickford area where we can potentially host a sound bath as well. Stay tuned on that. I have an idea of where. I just need to kind of determine as to whether or not it's feasible. So that's what I wanted to say about that. What else? Oh, yes. So as I had mentioned during the Facebook portion of our evening this evening, I have actually I've actually signed on as a travel consultant. Yes, a travel agent. And that is so that way I can plan and organize and lead my own sacred travel groups. So the plan is to start, like I said, start small, like with like maybe some weekend retreats, and then slowly work up to maybe some other things in the United States, as well as out of the States. Now, with everything going on, that does kind of throw kind of a monkey wrench into some things. So we may have to kind of put some of the other things that I really wanted to do a little bit further off on the back burner until things start to kind of settle down. But that is certainly something that is on the plan. So keep a lookout for some different events that are coming up that will also bring in some sacred sites travel, and be on the lookout for sound baths and so on. Again, I'm going to be in Mexico March 11th through 18th. So I will definitely be popping up and available for people. People are interested in a reading while I'm there. You're always welcome to message me and we can set something up. Okay. Um, what else? I'm actually toying with the idea of doing like a Mayan type of um online meditation type of thing while I'm there. So that might be something that we work with. Um, with the travel stuff, like I said, I'm really excited about that. I literally I've been kind of looking at different things for the last couple of months and trying to determine how I could kind of line things up appropriately. And I finally found an organization that I think will let me do that. So, with that being said, be on the lookout for that. If you are interested in somebody that can schedule travel for you, whether it be internationally or domestically on your own, definitely keep me in mind, because I do have the ability to schedule um everything from cruises to resorts to multi-place stays, ground transportation, events, what else? Flights as well, international flights. So with that being said, if there's something that you have in mind, reach out to me, because I may be able to help you with that. And I may be able to give you an opportunity that you're going to really enjoy um, with this service. So keep that in mind. Um, Again, if you are interested, message me, email me, Tori, Tori, at avalonenchanted.com. And I will catch you later. So take care. Bye.